With a wish for all beings to be free, free of the constriction and contraction of held belief systems and thought patterns, free of the automatic reactivity of learned and held emotional patterns, and free of the isolation and suffering caused by distorted perception. I will always go for refuge to a live, vibrant, radiant, spacious awareness until awareness is ongoing, like the flow of a river. Enthused by wisdom and compassion, today in the presence of all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, of any lineage or none, and any time or beyond time, I generate the mind of full awakening for the benefit of all beings. As long as space remains, as long as beings remain, may I manifest in such a way to ease and dispel the miseries in the universe. And I thank my sneeze for holding off. That is still so meaningful to me. And I love that you joined me. I have a line before we start into the traditional. And some of you heard it in group. And I think it's brilliant. If you want to experience, it's about experiencing the absolute compassion, not the I want to help all of you out there compassion, which is not bad. And the line is, if your left hand scratched the itch on your right leg, would your right leg say thank you? I really like that. So, today, traditionally, we call up a remembrance or we use our imagination of a moment when we felt open-heartedness for another being. Well, never mind, I won't try to fix anything. Open-heartedness for another being. Or if we experienced a feeling of open-hearted love, not squishy love, from another being to us. It matters not a bit which direction that goes. And it can be a moment in an elevator where you met someone's eyes and there was just that connection and opening that happened. So many different stimuli to create that sensation that can't really be described very well. We could say openness, open-heartedness, unconditional and unboundaried love. The experience of it, when it freshly arises, is not experienced as an I to a you or a you to a me. And it has a quality of timelessness. Usually what happens with we humans is we attach it to whatever the stimulus was. And we say, well, I love that. I love that. And we grab our I right back. But if you can catch it with open awareness when it arises and just rest there for a little while. Tricky. But you all have practice in meditation to a certain degree of being able to open to bigger mind, whatever. There's no real good label either. And rest there. And the more we're able to do that, the more we start to recognize that open-heartedness, connectivity, whatever, as I said, no good word, that it's present all the time. And we might start to notice it more often and be able to rest there without the attachment of I and that. Can happen with music for some people, for dance with some people. Any number of things can arise that experience, sensation. There are days when no matter how hard you try, or how much willingness you might have to try, you might be having a mood where it's just nothing arises. You don't have anything to rest into. You can't remember in any way an experience of being loved or loving. You just kind of have one of those times that we all have. And in that case, instead of remembering the experience, you may invite all the Buddhas, bodhisattvas, saints, beings who have recognized that unconditioned openness, and invite them to send rays of light into your heart. That's a very simple practice. And I invite you to adjust the practice in ways that are meaningful for you. So we have some ideas of where we're trying to rest. There is a traditional visualization of a lotus, a 1,000-petaled lotus made of light. Wherever we experience that sensation experience, that's where the lotus sits. Traditionally, again, would be in the heart chakra, which lies, if you're not me, mine lies somewhere around my belly button if I'm lucky. If you are young and have smallish boobs, right between, right across the nipple line. So what is that normally? It doesn't matter. You can find where you experience it. And with that 1,000-petaled lotus made of light, we allow the memory or the experience of unconditional love to nurture the lotus. It's a lotus in this tradition because the lotus grows out of absolute stinky, sticky, crappy mud. And yet when it comes up and starts to open, it has a quality of repelling anything that tries to attach to it. Like muddy water rolls off. And that's the symbol of our pure heart, the essence that we really are when we don't have a lot of stuff stuck to us. Hopes and fears in general are the things that catch us. So as we either call on all the beings that have come before us, are present now, or will come after us, whether we call them Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, or saints, or anything that touches our heart. If you choose to do that, please invite them to send their rays of love into your heart chakra, into your lotus. So whatever we're watering that lotus with, we're encouraging it with that love, open-hearted love, to relax. As most of us, our hearts are somewhat closed because we've been hurt. And we think if we keep them somewhat closed and protected, maybe we won't get hurt so badly. It doesn't really work, but most of us try it. And as we fill that lotus with the love of all beings who have opened their hearts, or we fill it with the moments that we've experienced, the lotus opens completely into its natural state. And we notice on the 6 inner petals in this lotus made of light, there's 6 inner petals of different colors of light, representing all color, or all realms it could be. There are many different descriptions of what they can represent. As we notice those 6 inner petals, we notice there is a seed syllable of the mantra sitting on each one of them. And we'll do the mantra traditionally too. I will say it in effect 3 times, and please repeat after me. And the mantra is, if you have a mala and you want to use it, you are most welcome to. It is said that as you do manis, the energy of that open-heartedness will be held in the mantra. And when you need it, you reach for your mantra and start saying manis again, or doing this visualization. As we do this, we're doing the mantra that is the sound of open-hearted, unbounded, unconditional love. And as you do it, when these rays will extend, you can allow the sound and the vibration of the mantra to ride the light rays. So you're not only projecting light. So the mantra goes, and I think it's very valuable for me, maybe for you, to feel the air in our body as we start to say the syllables of the mani. Go ahead and feel the air coming up and crossing over through your heart, crossing over your speech chakra, coming up and actually exiting out your crown chakra and out your mouth. And it can be a wonderful way to notice the lack of inside or outside. Because as we do this, you will notice that you feel the mantra inside you. You feel the sound, you feel the vibration, you can feel the air moving. And as it comes out your mouth, you can feel the vibration, the sound, and are you hearing it inside your body or outside your body? Or is it really both? And the concept of inside and outside may release just a little bit the hold on that. And out goes the mantra into the universe as sound waves. And it goes like this. Om, ma, ni, pe, me, hung. Om, mani, pe me, hung. Om, mani, pe me, hung. And maybe today we'll say that a little bit together. At whatever speed you want. I always laugh because when Lama Lena does it, it sounds something like, and that may be a lovely speed for you. Or you may want to go a little slower. So please find the rhythm, the sound, and it can change. That works for you. But now I'll sort of quietly say, and feel free to please join me, some manis. If you are so inclined, you can sing your manis. You can do them in one note or as a spoken word. There's a story of the nuns up in Sopema who came down, the Kanuri that came down from the high mountains in the wintertime, that they found a little music box that played Happy Birthday to You. So that all that winter they walked around the lake singing, O mani pe me hung ri, O mani pe me hung ri, O mani pe me. Oh, that's appropriate today. Sorry. Ri, O mani pe me hung ri. 3 being the seed syllable of that represents Chenrezig, who is also a symbol of this open-hearted, unconditional love. It can be very fun to sing manis when you're out and about and don't want to. You can sing them in the cities if you're not afraid of people going, what is she singing? Or he singing? Or they singing? Everywhere you can sing them to the trees. So we'll just say them together for a little bit. O mani pe me hung ri, o mani pe me hung, o mani pe me hung. O mani pe me hung, o mani pe me hung. O mani pe me hung, o mani pe me hung. O mani pe me hung, o mani pe me hung. O mani pe me hung, o mani pe me hung. O mani pe me hung, o mani pe me hung. O mani pe me hung, o mani pe me hung. O mani pe me hung, o mani pe me hung. O mani pe me hung, o mani pe me hung. O mani pe me hung, o mani pe me hung. O mani pe me hung, o mani pe me hung, o mani pe me hung. O mani pe me hung. And please continue as you choose to do. As I start the traditional practice. And I did not say, but I think most of you know, if you have a mala, every time you say Om Mani Padme Hum, you just move one bead. And when you get to the big Buddha button, I believe, Buddha bead it's called, from going around, you don't go over the bead. You just flip your mala and start back the other way. As we say this and water those 6 inner petals with the mantra, the vibration, the sound, and the light of whatever experience we've called up, whatever we're expressing in this moment, perhaps. Those 6 inner petals start to turn clockwise, if you need to know. And as they turn, they start to turn faster and faster, faster and faster, until the light of those 6 inner petals start to blend together. And as they represent all light, as organically happens with light, if you have all light together, it becomes white light. But not like a white light of a bright spotlight or a bright flashlight. It's a very warm white, vibrant. You might say sparkly if you want. And it has life. These are waves of sound, vibration, and light. So not static ever. And as these white shared light becomes present in all of those 6 inner petals, they start to expand and reach out into rays of light, sound, and vibration. And because they are there, they fill all the petals in that 1,000-petal lotus. And all the petals extend into rays of that warm white light, the sound, the vibration. And they extend out into the universe with no limitation. As far as your imagination reaches, the rays of light reach. There's no limitation of time. They reach into the past, what we perceive as the past, the present, the future, imaginary time. And there's no limit to what beings they may touch. Perhaps the cells in your body, perhaps the trees outside your window. From the very tiniest of life, elements of light that we can't see with our naked eye, to the beings that are so large we cannot perceive them. These light rays touch 1,000 beings. On some days you may feel particularly drawn to have them touch particular groups of beings. Perhaps warriors who are in fear and have been sent to do battle. Perhaps people who are sick with a particular disease that touches your heart, or any disease. You can allow these lights to go wherever you want in this moment. I don't expect anybody is able to hold 1,000 beings that they're sending the rays to. So please don't bother trying. It's your intention that these rays go out into the universe and touch beings. That is important. And as these rays of warm light touch the heart chakra, the lotus, of the 1,000 beings that they touch, those beings are able to relax and their lotus is able to open into its natural essence, into their natural essence. And the same thing happens where their lotus is filled with the light, sound, and vibration until all those petals are now rays of light, sound, vibration. So we have 1,000, don't check me on my math, please, traditionally given this way. 1,000 petal rays of light, touching 1,000 beings, allowing them to relax. And again, the same thing happens as they relax and open. The 1,000 petals of their lotus, completely opened, also become rays of the warm light, sound, and vibration. Now we have 1,000 rays of light, touching 1,000 beings. And we can take a moment here. In doing this yourself, there is no time set or limit for wherever you rest. But today, we can take a moment to rest in this connectedness of light, sound, and vibration in its real essence, without all the things that we've put on top of it. Just the natural essence of who we all are. all beings. And some of those rays, the thousand, will come back and fill your heart again with this pure, open rays of light. And you might have experiences with sound or vibration or with light. It's often described, because Tibetans are very visual, as perhaps appearing like a web, where the web intersects. There's a little node, like a spider web, and that little node, sorry, there's some very beautiful music being played in the background. I think we better shut the doors if you don't want to. Actually, if you can hear that, we might rest right there with that music. You can't hear it? It'll be quieter in a moment. So this web of intersecting nodes, sometimes described that the nodes are the sense we have of being individuals. And yet they're all absolutely interconnected and interpenetrating with the light, the sound, and the vibration. We can rest there, as that is the true essence of Nirmanakaya. No such thing as an individual independent of everything else. All of us interacting, in this case, with our very pure, free essence of open-heartedness, our Buddha nature, if you will. And it can be felt very much as a refuge, this interconnectedness. And there is the chance that this may bring up a certain kind of longing that all beings might experience this interconnectedness, that the particularly human quality of isolation and suffering might be lessened, at least for all beings, if they could experience this interconnectedness of light and sound and vibration. I would just rest there for a moment. Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme. You may be a person who is more likely to hear the singing of the mantra, all the rays of light carrying that mantra, and all beings thus sending out interconnected sound of the mantra. And perhaps if you're a musical person, you feel it as a symphony of sound, of that unconditional open-heartedness, shared in these thousand beings. Or perhaps you might have a sensation of the vibration of that interconnectedness, which you might experience in a way as being not a static or grasping touch, but the touch of all vibration, all life for life. Mani Padme Hum. If you choose to do this on your own, you may rest here as long as you choose. Some days you may wish to stop here. Some days you may want to move right through. Please let this open for you as it does, freshly each time you do it. But because we have a time constraint, we let the thousand rays that went out touch their thousand beings until there are 1,000 rays of light, sound, vibration, touching 1,000 beings, and so forth until eventually there are an infinite number of rays of light, sound, vibration, touching infinite beings. And in a moment, there is nothing but light, sound, vibration. And awareness rests here as light, sound, vibration. Has the name of Sambhogakaya, very essence of life force, shared by all living beings. We are not looking at light, sound, vibration. We are light, sound, vibration. There is no thing other than light, sound, vibration. And we can rest here. If you are lucky enough to fall in, there is no describer. There is no separation. Where I believe termas arise and omniscience arises, because there is nothing to interfere with the shared light, not shared, only light, sound, vibration. Many sensations, experiences may arise, such as hearing way beyond what you normally hear, and being the frog ribbiting in the pond, or the eagle flying in the sky. Life, in the potential for anything and everything to arise. Om Mani Padme. I assure you, you will grab yourself back. The doorbell will ring, you'll be hungry, you'll have to pee. And any experience that arose, like most of us do, you will probably try to describe it. As you're having it, there is no describer. There's no sense of time. There's none of the conceptual holds that we live with most of the time. But when you come back, we can't help but go, wow, how long was I there? How long did that last? It's always available, always present. And I have really no words to describe it. It's not an it, that I can say for sure. It is said in resting here, the idea of loneliness is an utterly distorted perception. You are all beings. Not separated out. It's quite a refuge. Now I'm going to say if this is where you would like to be, just hit your mute button or turn things off. The only suggestion, as is called dedicating the merit, is not to grab anything, but simply let that indescribable sensation experience that may arise. Well, you can't really say radiate out into the universe because it is the universe. Just don't grab anything back to hold for yourself. And that said, again, traditionally, and it's okay to end there, you can end there by noticing, wow, there's an awful lot of light, an awful lot of beings. And within that spark of life, potential of life, light, sound, vibration, there must be open space, spaciousness. There must be space for that. And because we're not limited by past, present, future, we're not limited by boundaries of any kind in that spaciousness. And within it, there is no duality. It's the spaciousness permeated by the aliveness, interconnectedness. You are that also. You are the dance, the manifestation that must arise from the dance of what is labeled emptiness, but is also called wisdom, Dharmakaya aspect of heart mind. and the dance of aliveness within that. Which creates manifestation. Anything and everything may manifest. Arise when there is cause, dissolve when there is no cause or conditions to support that particular manifestation. And you, in your consciousness, your awareness, go home until another cause and condition arises and another manifestation arises. The universe's most marvelous recycling center. And the question may arise, what was ever born? What ever left that home? And what dies? And without trying to grasp an answer, you can rest right there. And we'll take one more step to take all the light rays that generated out from our heart and started this incredible interaction. Well, it didn't start it, it's always there, but until there was no thing but light, sound, vibration. We're going to call that all back into our lotus, the center of the lotus, the heart chakra, where sits a very small little, another seed syllable, another symbol, Hri, H-R-I, sits right in the very center, quite a small syllable. And it is the symbol of Chenrezig, who in its their self is a symbol of open-heartedness without boundaries and limitations. Who you really are, without denying our manifestation. By all these light rays come speeding back in, all compacting into that small Hri. And in a moment, everything dissolves. In the spaciousness, which is a word that is not accurate, beyond time and space, beyond duality, no reference point, no thing to manipulate, no thing to get right or wrong. For some of us, this is a wonderful experience. Don't start looking at it. You are that. There is no you outside of that. And you can rest there. And that's wonderful, wherever you choose to rest. There's often a very big emphasis in the teaching on Dharmakaya. So we may practice that more because we're not familiar with resting there. But please never for a moment believe that that exists separately from Sambhogakaya or Nirmanakaya. They are the three kayas that are utterly interdependent. It is their coming together that creates manifestation. So we get to see each other. And there is no need to deny, repress, grasp, do anything to get rid of what you think you might be. Oh, I think I might be a terrible person. No, you might be acting in a terrible way every now and then. We all do. Neither are you all the time. You probably don't feel like the most spacious, wonderful, loving being all the time. What you may wish to be. We are messy manifestations, full of life. And when we can start to experience the things that oh God, I don't want to experience that. That's too hard. That one's too hard. Okay, don't focus on it if you feel that way. Maybe for 30 seconds. Until everything that arises becomes the very display of this interconnected, spacious, vibrant, radiant aliveness. No good thoughts, bad thoughts. Although if you have a habit of voicing in your own head or out loud what you perceive as very negative things, it can be very useful in the moment to switch those to positive things, what you perceive as positive things. That's an illusion, but it can be very helpful to allow things to shift. We follow our thoughts. Our thoughts follow our habits. Our habitual thinking, our habitual reactive emotions, our habitual perceptions and sensations. There's no need to deny any experience. As a matter of fact, that's part of what traps us in samsara. Like the night sky. I don't know if they're night sky people here. It's harder and harder to find an open night sky where the entire display of stars it's magical to me. It's so vast and expansive. And we have the opportunity to be these small manifestations, a slight blip in time that gets to experience that. And maybe we might possibly allow, with some care and some awareness of our actions. We don't have to act out every angry experience by yelling at somebody. We can experience anger without doing that. And then it's just another star in the sky, a sky full of almost seemingly infinite light in the form of stars. For some of us, that's an incredible refuge in and of itself. If you like to look at the sky in the daytime and you relax your eyes, you will notice, among other possibilities, so many little darty, sometimes appear dark, sometimes appear white. If you try to focus on them, they usually disappear. But the sky is full of these little dancing bits. And if you rest there, you may have the experiencing of noticing they're not limited to the sky. Everything is dancing with those little bits. And as you go further, you may start to look at your hands and go, oh, holy cow, I'm made of those too. There are no boundaries for those little bits. They're coming in and out of you. They're coming in and out of every manifestation, all mixing up together. That's either comforting or frightening, depending on where you are in the moment. And I'll end today with, what would we see if we weren't limited first by our eye organ, which we are. There's many things we can't see with our eye organ. Colors, small things, big things. But we're also so limited by what we think we can perceive, see, just with our eye organ. Do you see fairies dancing in the forest? If you don't believe in fairies, or if you haven't had that experience because you haven't allowed yourself the possibility that that may happen, you won't see them. Your mind will not process it. Now, are there fairies in the forest? I don't know. You may experience all kinds of things if we can relax what's possible. And this is true of all the senses, not just sight. What would you hear if you could hear everything? Your ear organ. It can't. There are ranges it can't hear. But there's also limitation of what we're used to and what we think we can hear. And you can carry that through to taste, to smell, to what's called the yi, which I'm not going to try to describe. It's involved in the sense you have of someone coming up behind you when you actually don't see them. What affects that is your perception and your experiences, whether you experience that as possibly dangerous or whether you experience that as, oh, cool, somebody else is right here with me. That's the constriction of whatever experiences we've had. In itself, there's only a sensation of someone, of life, something coming close to us. What else? Skin. Our skin organ is very limited in what it can feel. It's limited even more by what we think we can feel. Can you feel the embrace of life for life? Can you feel all the beings beyond time and space? I'll say with no limitation of past, present, or future. Right here, right now. You're never alone for a second. But that doesn't mean we deny that we humans feel alone and lonely sometimes. So don't try to stuff it. All we really have, despite our efforts to understand the past, remember the past, do something about the past, and all of our looking into the future, hoping this will happen and fearing that might happen, none of that is occurring because we have only this moment. Let's see if I can remember this quote. All I ask is that I am able to freely enjoy, freely experience this moment. Just as it is. Anyway, as always, it's a pleasure hanging out with you. I'm so glad we got to have this time. And I will leave you right where you are with just that wish that all beings have such experiences. All beings experience refuge openly. And that perhaps we can let go a little bit of our desire to have things be the way we think, get things in their order that we want them, and let the universe unfold as it does. It is my humble opinion, very humble, that the ability to rest in this openness without grasping, describing, doing anything at all with it is the greatest gift that can be offered to our universe. It radiates all by itself. We don't have to do it. We do have to rest there. Thank you all so much, and I will see you probably, if you want, from Barcelona next Sunday. Ooh.